Welcome back. This is Mr. Greenstein's Geometry. We're in Chapter 5, Section 3, proving triangles are congruent by using something called SAS. So there's this thing called the side-angle-side congruence theorem. Up until now, the only way that we could show that two polygons, even triangles, are congruent is we have to show all corresponding sides are congruent, all corresponding angles are congruent. But we can shorten this by just looking for a side angle side. So if we can just show a side and another side of two triangles are congruent and the included angle, and when I say included, I mean the angle that's between. So you can look at included meaning between, then the two triangles are congruent. This is a very powerful theorem. This is another way that it could be stated. Now, we showed in the last chapter that you could go through rigid motion proof. So the same thing could be done here. You could do a translation, rotation, reflection, and then finally you map one on top to the other for the side angle side. So this is one way that you could prove it. Let's prove this. We have ABCD as a figure, and we want to show that these two triangles are congruent. We're given that we have parallel sides and we have congruent sides. So the first thing that we do is we write down everything that's given. Because we have parallel sides, we can use all the different parallel theorems. So the one that I like to use, the alternate interior angles theorem, that shows that BDA, which is this angle here, is congruent to this angle up here. We also know that BD is congruent to itself because of the reflexive property. So now I have a side, an angle, and a side. So now I can say that these two triangles are congruent without showing any of the other sides or angles because of side, angle, side. I have one side up here, I have the angle here, and I have the other side here. Once you have that, then side, angle, side works. Which of these are congruent? So let's take a look at this first one. I have ABC, and then I have CQP. Well, here I have a side, I have a vertical angle, which is congruent, and then another side. And because of side, angle, side, these two triangles are congruent. Over here, I have a side, then I have another side, and then I have another angle here, and this angle is congruent to this angle, but this is side, side, angle. The side, side, angle does not work. It also spells a bad word, and we don't deal with bad words here. So side, angle, side does not happen, therefore we cannot prove that these are congruent. Now they might be congruent, these two triangles, but we can't prove it. And that's really the whole purpose of this, is that we can prove these things. So we'll continue this conversation in the next day in class.